Why did God choose Ted Bundy to be my godfather? That's confusing. And I'm going to tell you something. The kingdom of heaven is confusing. They may use you to send out a message that won't be heard until 200 to 300 years from now. Why did God, out of all the peoples in the world, choose Ted Bundy and Smiths, who was a gang leader over 7 states of a major gang, one of the biggest gangs in America? Why did God choose these people? And I'm going to tell you, at the time, I was surrounded by angels. All throughout college, all throughout kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, college, I'm surrounded by angels. I'm talking to angels on the regular. But they never talk about the journey. They gave me words of strength, words of encouragement. Never about the journey. My angel never talked to me about the journey what I had on earth. The one angel told me she'd been training me for millions of years as one of 4 leaders in God's army. And that, I didn't figure that out until like 30, 40 years later. In order to be a leader in God's army, you got to be an angel. One of the most powerful angels on earth. So that didn't start making sense until I started going to these Facebook rooms and, these spiritual rooms, and I had experts explaining things to me. But then it makes sense because I was always wondering. Because during one of my near deaths, God told my angel, in order to save him, you must marry him. Y'all must become heavenly husband and wife. And when she brought me back from the dead, she asked me, "Are you mad? I forgot to ask you." I said, "No, I ain't mad. Who's going to be mad for marrying an angel?" And plus, you say we were already married in the 1800s, So I would love to be your heavenly husband for eternity, But again, why did God bring in Ted Bundy? He was my lifeline. When I was cold, he brought me coats and sweaters from the prison. When I was hungry, he gave me money to eat and told me exactly how to spend it. All the way down to the last 6-pack of beer. When I was confused, he gave me the solution every time. To me, this man was the smartest person in the world. He was way ahead of his time. I knew that, But one day, I was in the chat room, and this when I was drinking. And I was pretty well lit. And it was a history chat room, and I started talking about who I was and blah, blah, blah. So now these history instructors and professors was coming at me. And one of them, who go to a top 10 college, teacher, he came in my heart. And I guess he read my page and he come back and they'll say, that guy is a lunatic. He think Ted Bundy was his god daddy and he think he can see angels and stuff. He said, look here, son, if you want to be taken serious in history, you got to stop this Ted Bundy and his spirit angel BS. And I told him. And this chat room was full of people. I think they got like thousands of check marks and whatever they call it. And I say, sir, Do you actually think when my mama birthed me into the world that I jumped out and say, I want to be a real history maker? I say, sir, what I did can't nobody take away. Like they took it away from Claudia Covert. Martin Luther King and the NAACP took her glory away and gave it to her. I don't even remember the lady goddamn name. Because to me, she ain't part of history. She was the reenactment. But that ain't right. They say, oh, Claudia was too black. Oh, Claudia daddy was a drunk. Oh, she got pregnant and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? The girl didn't get pregnant until a year after that event. You know what I mean? But they made up every excuse in the world. But you can't take nobody's history, dog. History is the past, not the future. But one thing about it, why history is so important, because you don't want to make the same mistake in the future what you made in the past. Basically what's happening now with Trump. We know who Mr. Trump was because he was president before. He showed us who he was. And we put him right back in office. That's why history is so important. Because we followed in the footsteps of World War I and II. And it happening right before our eyes. But anyway, why God picked Ted Bundy? I'm sure the historians will figure it out in 100, 200, even 300 years from now. But here's what I think. Ted had a personality disorder. And this would show that it's a real disease. Because me and Ted relationship show that under medication and proper supervision, they were able to control it. Like he used to say, Godson, you never met the killer Ted. The Ted you met is the closest thing you can get to reality of a normal Ted. That's what he always used to tell me. But only time would tell the relationship, the true meaning of that relationship, or why God wanted to happen. But I'm going to tell y'all, I was raised in both worlds, and heaven is very confusing. Very confusing. Example is suicide. Not one suicide is judged the same. When they judge a suicide on the other side, they take in consideration all of your past lives. All of that is taken into consideration. All of that affect the outcome of each of your new lives. It's not just everybody who commits suicide go to hell. No, it don't work like that. Everybody who commits suicide go to heaven. The only one go to hell is the one who take other people with them. Oh, they don't like that. Me and my angels talk for hours about that. They don't like when you take other people with you because of your mess. They don't even forgive that, I don't think. But anyway, only time will tell. Thank you and God bless.